Let's talk about something so many of us do without a second thought. That cozy, comforting cup of tea with a few biscuits. I mean, it feels harmless, right? Maybe even a little pick-me-up. But what's actually going on inside your body? Well, the answer might just change how you see your favorite snack forever.
Think about it. We see dessert as this big, sugary, special occasion treat. But could our simple, everyday tea and biscuits be doing the exact same thing to our bodies, just in disguise? That's the big question we're going to dig into.
All right, so first, let's set the scene. This isn't some unusual food. For literally millions of people, this is the go-to break. It's that little something to get you through the afternoon. It's familiar, it's comforting, and honestly, it seems totally innocent.
And we're not talking about anything crazy here. We're looking at just 1 cup of tea with 1 little teaspoon of sugar and 3 cream biscuits, the popular Jim Jam kind. It's a pretty standard little snack.
So you add all that up, and you're looking at about 220 calories. Now, on the surface, that number doesn't sound so bad, does it? It feels like a pretty light snack, something you can easily fit into your day. But as you're about to see, calories, well, they only tell a tiny part of the story.
Okay, this is where things get really interesting. We're moving beyond just counting calories and looking at the real-time impact on the body. Using a continuous glucose monitor, we can see exactly what this snack does to blood sugar levels. No more guesswork, just pure data. So, the snack was eaten, the tea was sipped. What did the monitor actually find? What happens in those minutes and hours right after? Well, let me tell you, the results were kind of shocking.
And here we go. This is the moment of truth. This is where we see the real biological effect of that supposedly simple snack. So get ready, because the data tells a story that the calorie count just did not prepare us for. Boom! A 42 milligram per deciliter jump in blood sugar. Now, for anyone who doesn't track this stuff, a 42-point jump is a big spike. That's a really strong response from your body, which is basically scrambling to deal with that sudden rush of sugar from both the tea and those biscuits.
And get this, the impact isn't just a quick flash. It took a full 2.5 hours for blood sugar levels to finally get back down to normal. I mean, think about that. For almost 3 hours after your light snack, your body's on this glucose roller coaster. And that's often what leads to that afternoon energy crash and, you guessed it, even more cravings.
Now, a 42-point spike is one thing, but what does that number really mean? To understand it, we've got to put it in context. How does it compare to foods that we all know are sugary desserts? This is where the story gets wild.
Just look at this chart. 4 pieces of kaju katli, a classic Indian sweet, gave a 38-point spike. Okay, 2 gulab jamun, those things soaked in sugar syrup, caused a 46-point spike. And sitting right smack in the middle are 3 little cream biscuits at 42. They are literally in the same league as actual desserts.
So the bottom line is pretty clear, right? When you look at what's actually happening inside your body, the metabolic reaction, there's almost no difference between having your afternoon tea and biscuits and just sitting down and eating a full-on dessert. So what does this all mean for our daily habits? Well, it means we might need to start rethinking how we label the foods we eat every day without even thinking about them.
The person who did this experiment said it perfectly. It's like actually having a dessert in the middle of the day. We might call it a snack or a tea break, but our body calls it dessert. We're basically giving ourselves a dessert right in the middle of the workday.
So let's just quickly recap the main takeaways here. First, a snack that we think is light can have a really heavy impact on our metabolism. Second, that impact sticks around for a while. We're talking over 2 hours. And finally, some of the most innocent-looking foods can be, as the source calls them, little sugar bombs.
And that really brings us to the final question, the one to leave you with. If a simple tea and biscuit break is basically a dessert, it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What other sugar bombs are just hiding in plain sight in your daily routine?